So the anime that rocked the nation. The anime that put the booty in beautiful. I know there's no booty in beautiful, but I just had to add that in there. So, recently there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding the series Keijo. In case you don't know about it, I talked about it a few months back. I want to say it was that sport where it's in an imaginary world where there's a sport of basically females bumping their butts to try and knock each other off into the water, off these pillars and whatnot. And it was a big deal. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is a crazy idea and whatnot. But apparently recently we found out that the manga is ending. There was rumors circulating regarding what happened, and a lot of people were saying that the reason why it's ending is because the anime did poorly, and there was a fake article released of an interview supposedly from the creator of Keijo saying that it was because of the anime, but he came out and confirmed what actually happened. And to be honest with you, reading this, I feel bad, you know, even though Keijo isn't the best series in the world and the way it's written is like ridiculous and it's like, what the hell am I watching? I do gotta, you know, because at the end of the day I care about these creators, not only their works, because they put so much time and effort. Like, how can you not care about their well-being and just everything that goes on behind the scenes? So I genuinely feel bad after hearing the story and the truth of what happened and how everything came down, because yes, Keijo is indeed ending and it pretty much did get the axe, so to speak, but it wasn't anything to do with the anime sales, and it's just like, ugh, bad news all around, and my heart goes out to him. But let's read the article and we'll talk some more. Manga creator Daichi Tsuruyomi posted details regarding the ending of his Keijo manga series on his blog on Sunday. He began by saying that he was told even before the anime aired that he should finish the manga after the anime finished. He denied rumors that the manga was cancelled due to poor sales of the anime's home video volumes. He specifically addressed the rumors that the anime's first home video volume only sold 715 units. Upon seeing the rumors, he immediately contacted the anime staff to confirm the number. The anime staff informed him that the figure was incorrect and that the first volume had sold much more than that. He said that the figure had the number of digits wrong, so instead of it being like 715, it was probably like 7,015 or like 7,150. They got like a digit wrong, so it was probably 715, but you know, add an extra digit, so it was in the 7,000s, I'm imagining. He admitted that the manga's cancellation was due to his own lack of skill and the circumstances between him and the publisher. Now, this is important because majority of the time these creators, they don't speak out against the publishers in fears of, you know, straining their relationship and things going south from there. And I'm imagining after this interview, I don't see this creator in particular coming back to, at the very least, this publishing company. But it could also extend even further because, you know, in any industry in general, there's blackballing involved, especially when you speak out against publishers like this. And, you know, in Japan, to hear somebody, and I mention this all the time when I hear, you know, outlandish things come out, or just in general people speaking out from the anime and manga industry, because it's not common over there for people to do that. Everybody is like, you know, they stay in pocket. They have that saying, the nail that sticks out gets hammered in. So, you know, for them to speak out in general, you could tell that he's probably been pushed very far. But again, I'm imagining that at the very least that magazine or in that publishing company in general, this guy won't work anymore after speaking out against them. But let's continue. He wrote with some hesitation that the manga's publisher, Shogakukan, could have given him more support. He claimed that there was a period of time where he had asked Shogakukan for some more assistance for a year and a half, but the publishers told him they could not find him one. He worked on the manga with only one assistant. Wow. In case you don't know, it takes a lot of people to create a manga, which is why Hunter x Hunter, because Tagashi doesn't like having assistants, he likes to pretty much do everything by himself. Why Hunter x Hunter is irregular, and sometimes the art can get to the point where it looks like a kid drew it because he just wants to do everything himself. So to have one assistant on a weekly basis, very, very bad deal, very, very just strenuous. And I'm imagining that this man has been through hell, and a year and a half, the publishers couldn't get him at least one or two more assistants. Nothing. Terrible, terrible. And at one point ended up doing too much work that he passed out for an hour. See, I have a problem, and it actually very much so infuriates me. I have a problem where people are hardworking, they break their backs, you know, they go through crazy shit, and it's almost as if like these people, you know, the people in charge don't care. You know, it's really to the point where I keep reading these stories. I keep talking about these stories from, you know, anime creators dying at the office, manga creators like Tagashi having pretty much nervous breakdowns and depression and shit. Like, I keep reading these, and it gives me a real disgusting feeling to know that at the end of the day, the people that are in charge, that are allowing these circumstances to go down, they're supposed to be human beings. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to actually be living, breathing organisms that should have some sort of compassion or empathy towards these people, but they don't. Because when we constantly see, and maybe I'm getting a little bit into rants and shit like that with this one, but when we constantly see these creators going through so much bullshit where they're getting hurt, they're dying, they're passing out for an hour, it's disgusting because they're already underpaid as it is. They're working sometimes around the clock, and then for this to end up getting hurt, possibly dying, destroying their bodies, and for what? For our entertainment? It's disgusting, and I'm tired of hearing these stories and waiting for a change for the manga industry. Because again, even though I love the anime and manga, I also care about the creators, because you always got to remember that behind that, especially with like an anime or yeah, even with a manga, there's many people that are involved in its creation, and there are many people that are essentially suffering for their artistic expression and for our entertainment. And these publishing companies don't give a fuck. The editors don't give a fuck. They don't care, and it's sickening and it's disgusting. He had also previously been told that if the anime had one more sponsor, it could have been broadcast in Western Japan. He claimed that Shogakukan did not sponsor the anime, but admitted that he cannot confirm if this is true. So yeah, again, everything that he's been through, and I think the solidification of the manga being canceled or ending and whatnot is what's really pushing him to speak out. Because for him to say, one, Shogakukan had him playing around for a year and a half waiting for an assistant, and he passed out due to this, to basically being overworked, and two, the fact that they didn't even sponsor his series, you can tell that this man is fed up and sick of Shogakukan. And even if they don't give him work, I wouldn't be surprised if this man just doesn't want to come back to this publication because of this. And on top of that, Shogakukan isn't even the powerhouse. So like, out of the three major manga publications in Japan, it's Shueisha at the very tippy top, Kodansha a big step down, and Shogakukan down here. While Shueisha has One Piece 3 million sales, Hunter x Hunter 1.6 million, then you got Kodansha with Attack on Titan 1 million sales. All the way down here, you got Shogakukan with Case Closed doing 700,000. So Shogakukan not even the powerhouse that it once was back in the day anyways. But let's keep reading. Sorayomi also regretted that the manga was placed towards the back of the weekly Shonen Sunday even as the anime was airing. Manga magazines usually put the least popular manga in the magazine near the last pages. He would have liked to portray more of the planned story, and admitted that he sped up the story, but said that in the end, half a year wasn't enough. He revealed that he will put extra chapters in the 16th, 17th, and 18th volumes of the manga. In the end, Sorayomi thanked Weekly Shonen Sunday, probably because he had to at the end of the day, out of respect and, you know, the whole Japanese culture, for giving him the chance to serialize the manga, the readers, the staff of the anime, the people in charge of marketing, and the voice actors for the anime. He says that their hard work made him able to last half a year before the manga was cancelled. So on top of all of that we've already heard, then also we hear that essentially, while it's supposed to be promo time, you know, the anime is promo time for the manga to get shine and for people to check it out and all that shit. They're like, no one gives a fuck. We're going to put it in the back. They're not going to try and push at the very least where, you know, a studio is paying money to create this. Let's put this a little bit more forward. Now we're going to put it in the back. I don't give a fuck if Keijo is shit regarding, like, you know, its quality or whatever. It's a business. This man is killing himself, fucking passing out, having one assistant, and Shogakukan, Weekly Shonen Sunday have him in the back of the magazine. Like, all of it is really fucked up. It's wrong. These are human beings at the end of the day. These are human beings suffering, and these are human beings making these decisions, allowing these people to suffer and screwing over people. I hope the Keijo author does get another work. Hopefully it's better, but nevertheless, I hope he gets another work. I hope he doesn't even deal with Shogakukan. Anybody that's ever aspiring, because there's a lot of people, even if you're not in Japan, or if you are in Japan and you can understand English, Shogakukan does not sound like the place to go. I mean, all of these these publications, from what I hear nightmare stories, but if Shogakukan is like this, then this is probably not somewhere you want to go to publish your story, people, because if they're gonna do that, make you go with one assistant on a weekly basis, fuck you over, not sponsor your series, make sure that your manga is in the back of the magazine, that's not somewhere you want to be, people, regardless of whether you're writing an amazing story or a shit story, it is what it is. That's unacceptable. Curious what you guys think about this, though. How do you feel? I do know Keijo had a lot of fans that liked it for what it was, you know, a silly story of bitches bouncing their asses off of each other. So how do you feel about the creator? Fuck, at the end of the day, Keijo as a story or whatever, just the man himself working with one assistant, begging for a year and a half, passing out, having his story put in the back of the magazine. His own publication didn't even believe in him or care enough to help him out. Your thoughts on that? Very upset, as you can tell, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.